Oh my God, it's an underwater city. We better best examine that a little closer. Roads and structures and steps, and possibly a pyramid of some type. That's interesting. Let's see this one. It's kind of dark. Is there anything in there? Well, I see structure, line. There's identity there. What's this? A major complex with roads? That's some kind of a mass complex, huh? Look at this. Structure, roof, upper level. Here's another one. They look very much like ancient temples. Well, let's see this one. Wow. There's got to be something there. Underwater temple. Is that what that is? How about this one? Oh, you can see it from here. What is all this? Well, we're going to answer that question here in just a moment, but for now we're going to look at several other sites and try and determine just what it is that we may be looking at. And what we're seeing right now is a good example of what we've been looking at. Can anybody tell me what this is? Look at that. If that doesn't look like a pyramid, some other kind of development having gone on down there. Isn't this just amazing? But again, what we look at sometimes is not exactly what we think we're seeing. This could be a very good example of what it is we are actually seeing. Here we have this small lake along this massive cliff, and then we have what we think might be structure. Well, it is structure in the sense that it's a natural occurrence caused by glaciation or the freezing of H2O. And that water crystallizes as it becomes a solid ice, and in its crystalline form it's built of 90-degree angle. You can see that there's no real surface out here to indicate that there could possibly be any structure man-made out here at this lake and elevation. So we're looking at is crystallization of the water that is in this lake. To say that there's a building complex under this water water crystallizes at 90-degree angles. It's the structure of its crystallized form. What we think we're looking at here is a step with many different levels going onto the upper deck of this structure. And here again, it has the appearance, but what we are really seeing here is water and ice. So you say, why would we see this? Well, if you saw this, then what you would be seeing in reality as a man-made structure would not fit within the confines of this small lake. As we know, these pyramids made by the ancient people of Peru would, at its very base of its structure, consume 5, 6, 7, 8 of these puddles of water. Unless you think that those ancient people were like really, really, really small, there's no way you're going to get all them people to live in this small confine of this area. And I hope this tries to explain the possibilities of finding the remains of an ancient civilization within the location of these iced over, frozen lakes. I cannot believe that somebody would try to pass this and somebody else would actually try to think that it was going to occur. But then you see them and you make up your own mind. What do you think that is? Wow. Water freezes at right angles. So you say, okay, so it freezes at right angles. Then why do we see level after level? Something of a step that would be indicative of the ancient civilization that occupied the area. Water crystal continues to freeze at different levels, and every level contributes to the crystallization. Maybe ice formed, then ice formed, and then ice formed. And what we may be looking at is the surface, and then below the surface, and a continuation of freezing at depth of this lake. So if you were to go over there, you could probably skate this lake. Oh, I could be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. I'd really like to believe it. The roof of a white granite structure that appears above the tree line. That may be an ancient site. And certainly some handiwork is going on in here as well. A little human creativity. And existence proven to have been there. At what time? It's hard to tell. Could that have been a ancient structure and somehow removed to its base form as rocks have been carried away to construct other buildings? Well, so I hope this tries to clarify some of the fallacy from the fact. Yeah. And thank you for watching this.